You know, penises are friends, and I like them very much. They help me all the time, so. They're my friends, yeah.
Science has recently announced the dimensions of the average penis. But there's no such thing as an average penis. Every penis is special.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I've seen like a lot of dicks, but like I've seen enough dicks to know about dicks.
I always say they're like icicles. They're all different.
Yeah, all types, different colors, you know?
Asian dicks to Indian dicks to black dicks to African dicks. I've had them all.
I haven't really met one that I can complain about, to be quite honest. They're all great.
I've seen some different penises, and what really matters to me is the man that it's attached to, not the size or the width.
Size does not matter. And I feel bad that guys are judged so harshly on their size.
I don't ever think about it when I'm dating somebody. And like, I'd be like, you have a perfectly fine dick. Like, everything is going great. And they'd be like, no, 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 no. Like, oh my God, my dick, my dick, my dick.
I don't know, if you're judging someone's dick, like, you suck.
I grabbed $1 and I put it underneath the dick. And so it kind of went like this and it didn't meet up. Like the edges never met. So I always tell people he had the $1 dick.
Sometimes the individual doesn't know what to do with it. If it's like super long, it's just really invasive.
Also, I've been with guys who have had huge dicks and like didn't know what to do with them, and it wasn't fun and there was nothing happening. And then like been with dudes who have like really small dicks, but they're like super fun in bed.
If anything, like I remember one guy who was like huge and like it was one of the worst like sexual experiences I've had. I think that he was just betting on the fact that like his dick was big and like that was it, you know? And it was just kind of like, boop, 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 boop. There's so much more to sex than just boop, boop, like, you know?
It's more about like the movement or what's happening around it, I'd say. You know, there are tons of uncircumcised penises or circumcised penises or big ones or small ones, like it doesn't matter.
And I think it's like what you do with it, honestly.
As long as you, the owner of the penis, are honest and know what you like and are able to like please your partner, then like who cares?
So the general consensus seems to be that it doesn't matter how big or small your penis is. What matters is that you're proud of your penis and that you know how to use it. And most importantly, that there's somebody good attached to that penis. Also, how did they spend all that time measuring 15,000 penises? They must have seen a lot of penises. Also, where was the sign-up sheet for these penises? There's several people here who would have been down to have their penises compared to other penises, and then mathematically boiled down to a single number of penises. Everyone wants to be involved, and I feel like 15,000 penises is not a good enough pool of penises.